All right, vlog 21. I actually checked it this time. It is my long run day. We ended up switching the long run this week to a different day to make better running conditions. It is very pretty out right now, but it is still a little bit chilly. So I'm gonna start off with this coat and I'll probably end up taking it off after the first like half mile or so once I get warmed up. I'm gonna go ahead and take my selfie stick with me since it's a long run. I may as well check in every now and then along the run and see how I'm doing. I'm gonna attempt to do a loop around this lake that's around my house. I'm supposed to do about 9 miles today. This loop around the lake all the way is 9.4 miles, so close enough. And that would put me at an even 26 miles for the week anyway, because I had like little bits extra throughout the rest of the week. So I think that would be more fun. So we're gonna get started. I'm wearing my Saucony Endorphin Speed 2s. Not because I'm gonna go fast today. I'm actually gonna try to go relatively slow and take plenty of walk breaks and stuff because yesterday was a harder effort. So today I'm gonna try to go nice and slow. But I am aiming to average 13 minutes, 25 seconds a mile or lower, because I have a trail race coming up in about 2 weeks where I will need to be doing that per mile in order to reach my goal of doing a half marathon in 3 hours or less during that. We'll see. Trails are very different than road, and you really can't equate the times that much. It's a relatively flat trail, but they said that last year too, and they were full of it because it actually had a decent amount of incline per lap. And it was always at the end of the lap too, so you're already tired. But anyway, I've got a trail race in Tulsa, Oklahoma in about 2 weeks called the Snake Run, and we're gonna kind of practice for that today by just aiming for about 13:25 a mile or less. We'll just kind of go with whatever feels easy today. We're gonna go off of feel. I've got some sunglasses because it is quite bright out today. I've got my selfie stick like I mentioned. What else do I need? I'm not gonna bring my cards with me because I just don't need extra stuff in my pockets. I do have my hydration vest. I have 2 17-ounce water bottles. There are also water fountains along the route here. I don't know if they're turned on right now, but possible backups. I've got tissues, I've got nutrition stuff, I've got toilet paper in case outhouses are out of toilet paper. Like I said, I've got the Saucony Endorphin Speed 2s on, and unless something goes very wrong and I have to turn around and come back to my car, I shouldn't need my backup shoes, but I brought 2 possible pairs of backup shoes. I've got my New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V2s, and I've got my Asics Nova Blast Originals in here as well as possible backups in case I were to need them for some reason. Can't foresee why, but just in case. Oh, I also have a blister pack and a spare pair of socks in my pack. I always bring a blister kit with me, and I actually made my own blister kits. I have like I use these wax earplugs at night to sleep because my hubby and I are on like completely opposite sleep schedules and he tends to be loud. So, but they come in these little like plastic carrying cases every time. And instead of wasting those, I reuse them for like travel and such, so that they don't just go in the trash and go into some landfill somewhere. But I make my own little blister kits that I can pack with me. They're just a little square, little box, and I can fit some moleskin in there. I can fit some of those really cool, good quality, like Band-Aid brand blister bandages, which are amazing. But God bless you, if your skin is damp and you can't get it dry enough, they will not stick to your foot, unfortunately. But I do bring my moleskin, which I have pre-cut to certain sizes, as well as I have some pre-cut circular ones that are missing a little hole out of the middle for like certain types of blisters. Those are just good. I also have a sterilized needle that I have stuck into a tiny sanitized piece of cork as well, so that if I need to puncture any blisters, I can, and the needle is sanitized and such. And then I also bring I've got a little tube of that's like mostly used, but it has a little bit of Neosporin left. so that it's small enough to actually fit into the blister pack. So I have that too, so that I'm not popping blisters, because just so you know, you should not pop blisters unless you can properly sanitize it after draining them, because otherwise you can get an infection. Literally, I want to say it was like Calvin Coolidge, his younger brother or something, died from blisters within a couple of days because he got blisters playing tennis or something without socks, didn't do anything to take care of them, and then got an infection and died. So, and that was a US president's like younger brother. So anyway, that was a rant. I'm taking too long, especially if I'm going to be doing check-ins during the run. I'm stalling like I always do before runs where I'm anticipating it's going to take a long time, but I'm just going to get going. Alrighty, I will check in with you in a bit. Alrighty, still running along. We're about a third of the way through the 9 miles for the day. Taking like 2 walk breaks real quick just because I was getting too far above my slower pace I'm aiming for today. So that's nice. It's nice on training runs when you're aiming for a slow pace, and because it doesn't feel natural to run that slow anymore, to actually run that slow, you just basically take walk breaks to get into the realm of the time that you're supposed to be in. So yeah, we're chugging along. I'll check back in later. Okay, the construction crews have made a liar out of me. I am not looping the lake today because the road and the sidewalk for the entire rest of the lake loop is closed. So I'm turning around and we're just gonna do kind of an out and back. I'll have to pass my car by about 1.5 miles-ish to hit my mileage for the day. But I'm still feeling good. I'm just a little sad that I didn't get to do the adventure that I had wanted to do today. But oh well, heading back to the car, that means if I run out of water, which I might, I'll actually be able to top it off. So blessing in disguise. Anyway, I'll check in later. Alrighty, still chugging along. Doing fine, feeling fine. My toe box was having a little bit of trouble a while back in the Saucony Endorphin Speeds, but I stopped and like stretched out my toe against a rock for a minute and did some toe curls and ankle circles and stuff, and that seemed to fix it. So it's been fine since. I've only got a little over, let's see, a hair over 2 miles left to go. So, because I'm at 6.9 miles. But I'm doing good. Not a ton of eventful stuff has happened on this particular run today. So I did get catcalled, which was interesting because that hasn't happened in a while. But basically since I chopped my hair short, that's decreased dramatically. But I have a unique opinion on catcalls. I figured I'd share. I don't mind them, as long as you're not saying something like overtly creepy, you know? I just take them as a hit and run compliment. What I don't like is when people honk, because that says I'm gonna hit you with my car, and it startles me and scares the bejeebers out of me. So don't honk at people, it's rude. Okie dokie, we finished the run today. I felt great. I honestly felt taking walk breaks and not having a ton of incline makes such a huge difference in how you feel after a run, and also like eating enough. I have found that I do really well if I have like fast food. I don't eat fast food very often. But if I have a hamburger like at Sonic, like just a single cheeseburger and fries and stuff like that before a long run, that's when I feel the best on my long runs. And having plenty of water. Water seems to be important. But yeah, no, I took a decent amount of walk breaks. I think I ended up with an average pace of about 12:51 a mile, so under what I was aiming for, so that was good, but without totally like beating myself up. Yeah, I felt good. I honestly got to the end and I was very tempted. I did a little over 9 miles just so I could get my total miles for the week rounded up to, I think 26, just because I figured that'd be fun. But yeah, I honestly found myself at the end seriously considering just going like 4 more miles, a little less than 4 more miles, just to go ahead and do a half marathon today. But I need to hold off. I'm going to be trying to do a half marathon distance at my trail race in exactly 2 weeks anyway. Horribly on my plan, that's supposed to be a back off week. They finally did have a real back off week. When I first started this training program, they said that every 6 weeks they were going to have like a down week to like recover a little bit. And thus far, this is the end of week 9. We have not had any weeks where they've gone down in mileage at all. And I'm like, what happened to our every 6 weeks thing? And now all of a sudden, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that, the weekend where I'm supposed to do my trail race, they scheduled it for only 5 miles on Saturday and 5 miles on Sunday. And I'm like, really? It just had to be the week that I have that race. And I'm planning on trying to do a half marathon for that race. Anyway, I'm going to be moving that down week to, I'm debating if I should move it to this next weekend or if I should move it to the weekend after my race and then have that as recovery time. I'm probably going to move it to the weekend after my race because that way I can recover from the hard trail race and get like max adaptation after that. I think that's probably going to be my strategy. I'll have to differ from the plan just a smidge and alter it a hair. Right now, my quads are feeling a little sore, my hip flexors are a little sore, but other than that, I'm feeling good after my run. I'm going to shut up. I don't want to have another like 26-minute long vlog today, but I had a good long run. I hope anybody else out there who might be watching these is also having a good long run this weekend and enjoying whatever weather you may be blessed or cursed with. All right, you have a good one. Bye.